Hello everybody, welcome back. Today we're going to play another game of Total Warhammer Multiplayer Battle. I'm going to try out the Dwarfs again. I think I may have dismissed them a little too quickly before. I've got a new strategy that I think might work. I've tried a lot of games, multiplayer games, probably about 5 between today and yesterday, and I've just lost all of them. I just haven't had a very good match at all. I just don't have a lot of experience with multiplayer, so I'm just trying to kind of find my bearings. One thing that I have noticed in common is a lot of people really skimp on the artillery and the ranged units. And they go for lord-sniping. So I'm hoping that I can leverage that with this new dwarf build, I hope. Because I don't want to go for lord-sniping, it's just not a lot of fun. I mean, we'll see. We'll see how it works out. So what I've got now is I want to go for 3 cannons just to make sure I have artillery superiority, most likely. This is also good for, these cannons are good for hitting out their lord in the air to protect my gyrocopters, because if I can take out all of their other air units, their flying lord, Azog mostly, then I should have free reign to just destroy them with the gyrocopters. And I'm going to try to gain control of a corner, like just an edge of the map, and just see if I can hold with 4 units and my lords there long enough for these gyrocopters to take over. That's what I'm hoping. So this should help me snipe them out of the air. Gyrocopters have armor piercings they can hit in the air. Then I have one group of thunders for the air also. And my engineer can shoot things out of the air. So I'm hoping I can protect the gyrocopters, and if I can, most dwarves don't field that many archer type of units on the ground, so I'm hoping that this will be good. So I'm going to try it again with the dwarves. You guys and gals seem to really like the dwarves too, both on the campaign and the multiplayer, so I don't think a lot of people play dwarves that often in multiplayer, so I'm hoping I can find a good sort of position here. The thing is, like, you have to force them to come to you as the dwarves. You cannot go out in the open in the field. That's one thing that I've definitely learned. Sometimes I just take 1 cannon or no cannons, and then if they have a piece of artillery, then it's going to force you to come to them. So I want to make sure that they come to us. Ideally in a corner of the map. If it's not a corner, it needs to be on the edge. That's what the dwarves are like supposed to do. Like, they have huge like ranged advantage, or they should, over most enemies. So let's scout this out here. Alright, so we can get kind of close to the edge over here. We'll try that first and see what he does, then we can kind of make our moves from there. Let me know in the comments if you don't like sort of this edge strategy. I like it. I think it makes sense as the dwarves. I know somebody had commented and said something to the effect of, well, yeah, but real life isn't like that. I'm like, well, in real life, people don't have soul leech either, you know, or like flying dragon lords. I mean, the truth is, the dwarves don't have cavalry, and in real life, if people are very outnumbered by cavalry or something, you know, they're just outnumbered in general, you try to find a small choke point, and that's how you win the battle. And I use the Battle of Thermopylae as my example. Like, there are real-world generals, and there are quote-unquote edges to the map when people try to fight near water or fight near other natural barriers for flanking. They will use that to their advantage. So, I mean, the dwarves have to do that. Basically, I think they have to do that. Let me know in the comments if you think otherwise, but I really think that as the dwarves, you kind of have to do that. We'll do group 9, put them over here. Get everybody over here. Our engineer can put him in with group 2, that'll be fine. Let's go, boys. Hopefully he comes at us here. Now, if he doesn't, we will reassess and sort of see how we feel about it. But we can creep along this edge here and just sort of cannon shoot them if they don't want to go for it. What do they have here? So they have some black orcs, some boars. I think we can go ahead and take some pot shots at him, right? ahead and get a shot in there. I think we should be able to get over there and shoot him a little bit with our gyrocopters as well. Hey guys, like, you gonna shoot today or what? What's the deal? Some shots in there. Alright, we gotta get out of here. Okay, get back here. Alright, so he got a little bit of damage in there. He does have a Doom Diver. Alright, I kind of want to bring my engineer out here just to get some extra shots in there. They should be able to shoot past this. Guys, run! Why are we not running? Alright guys, keep going. Oh, he did get 2 Doom Divers, which is a little annoying. Oh, he Fate of unit, my guys, or what? Like, what's the deal? Let's go ahead and pop this. Cast it on him. Can I get it on him? Guess not. He's casting something weird in there. Alright, so we're getting some pretty good shots on him. Alright, I should be able to gun him down, I'm hoping. Let's get out of here. Back it up, back it up. Getting any hits on him? Okay, I think that was a hit. Alright, so we're gonna run over here then. Try to get some shots in there. Alright, let's get over here. So I can use this shooter thing again. Come on, let's just get in range here. Pop it. Okay. That should just about do it for him, I'm hoping. Alright, he's running. Gonna kill him? I'd love to get down here and kill this guy. Let's just go ahead and melee and just run in there and get this guy. Can we cast it on him? I mean, what? What's the deal? Is he seriously, like, with that low a health, really able to challenge me? Let's just get over here. Did we kill him? Just turn around and shoot him. Forget skirmishing. Just kill him. We better be able to kill him, I swear. Like, those two guys by themselves should be able to kill him. Run him down. Can we run him down? Let's get over here and run these guys down. Okay, good. Well, we finally got one there. I think we're able to tie him up. Once we had all the lords. So we were able to get air superiority there by having 3 cannons, having the engineer to get them to fire faster, landing some good shots on them, and then just kiting around with our gyrocopters. So he gave up a little prematurely there. I still think we probably would have won this. I mean, we're just going to come back with the gyrocopters and just run them down. And when they don't have a lord, it's pretty easy to pick them all up. So we're not doing kind of that sleazy just run up and magic snipe them. We're just doing it the old-fashioned way, trying to micro, attack them, shoot them with some artillery. I mean, they had the Doomdiver artillery, and I think that they could have utilized that a little bit better to force me into addressing that. They didn't have nearly the kind of missile superiority that I had. Like, I had 3 cannons and gyrocopters and an engineer to help the cannons fire faster. So all we have to do is really get air superiority, because a lot of people don't get ground-to-air units. They just, if anything, they just get the air-to-air units with the Lord. The Lord's always what they have. It's flying. And so I think this is a pretty good counter. And then having that runesmith is very nice, because you can kind of cast some dots on people at very close range. And you also have that plus 44% damage mitigation, which is quite nice, especially if they're trying to snipe out your Lord. So I think we were able to utilize that. We did come out a little bit to get those shots in with the cannon. But we're ready to run back in once they gain some territory. So I like this composition. I think this works pretty well. It allows you to run very few melee units because you're forcing them to come to you with the artillery. And like I said, a lot of people really don't get a lot of good ranged units most of the time. So I think that was a pretty solid choice. Okay, well, thank you very much. That's going to be it for this episode. I finally was able to win one going back to the Dwarves. So he had a pretty standard, pretty good army. And he had some Boar Boy Biggins. He had some Orc Biggins. But these guys just can't stand up to these guys in melee combat. Not when it's just like basically 4-on-4 just in the corner there. And I get to shoot. And I have a Lord that's over there killing. We just have so much armor and mitigation. We can just hold the line with just 4 infantry units. Our cannons got quite a few kills there, actually. I didn't think they were going to get that many, because we had really focus fired down Azog quite a lot. We hit him with quite a few cannonball shots. So overall, I think that's pretty good. I like the Master Engineer. I'm still not sure if he buffs gyrocopters or thunders. It seems like he would only buff the artillery units, but it says in his tooltip it's just missile and accuracy. And even in one of the other ones, it says 4% extra damage within 10 meters or something, and it said active if unit has a missile attack. So I'm not really sure. It seems like it would make sense, at least with the thunderers, that just lore-wise, that an engineer would help them be able to, you know, have better muzzles or better barrels or something like that. I guess the same would be true of the quarrelers. But anyways, that's going to be it. So I think this is a decent strategy. I'm going to have to try it a few more times, but I think this is a good answer to kind of the flying Lord Snipe, because our artillery is able to, like I said, just kind of neutralize flying lords, make them come to me. The engineer gives you extra accuracy and extra firing, so you can really get at them. And the gyrocopters just let you harass their army and force them to come to you. And then when they try to go after the gyrocopters with the Lord, and that's when you can get them with the cannon fire. If they get close enough and just try to fight directly over you, then we've got the quarrelers, the thunders, and the engineer himself can also shoot up there and do some pretty good damage. If they try to just fly down and attack me, I'm a little bit vulnerable to that if they just try to charge directly for Ungrim. But I should be able to gut him down with the Brimstone. Ungrim himself is pretty strong, and we have the Runesmith to have some extra buffs and that the damage rune if we need to, if they try to fly into my backline. That was one major concern, is I don't have a group of Slayers with this, and I kind of like the Slayers just in case they try to cheese me and just run straight at my my Lord like that and land and fight him, which I've seen happen. But I don't know. I like this comp. I like it. We'll try it again. I'm going to try it again back-to-back here and just see. I want the Dwarves to be viable, and I think they are. You really have to have artillery superiority and missile superiority, because what the flying units are really kind of the backbone of your army are these Brimstone gunners, but you can't have too many because they're not very good at fighting other lords. They can't shoot while moving, which would probably be overpowered. But you can put them in skirmisher mode and run around while the cannons shoot at people. So I think that's okay. The engineer makes the cannons more accurate, gives them a little bit more damage. So yeah, I mean, overall, I like it. We're able to let the cannons do their work. I think that's fine. If you guys don't like kind of this using the edge of the map as the dwarf, just let me know. I'll try some other tactics. I think it's, in a game where everybody just character snipes and just casts magic and just tries as hard as you can possibly do it to character snipe, I think this is actually creative and interesting in my mind, because the dwarves naturally have 25% magic resistance, and they have that rune that gives you an extra 44% magic resistance. So if they try to cast spells on your people, you could use that rune to prevent the damage. I should have been doing that more. They didn't soul leech my lord, but they did spirit leech or whatever one of my gyrocopters, and I probably could have prevented some of that damage. But thank you very much. Thanks for watching, and yeah, just let me know what you think about this strategy in the comments, or if there are any other strategies you want me to try out. I think this has been my most successful strategy so far. I just have to perfect it a little bit. I don't think a lot of people are used to seeing this from the dwarves. So, and like I said, I don't think it's cheesy to use the core of the map, because that's what a race like the dwarves would do. They would find a mountain. That's why they live in the mountains, because they don't have artillery, they're short, and they want to just protect their flanks. That's why they like fighting underground. That's why they like fighting in mountains. It makes sense from a lore perspective. It makes sense from a strategic perspective. Even in the real world, if this wasn't a fantasy world, if it was someone like the dwarves that were, you had superior range technology, but you were not very good with cavalry, how can you possibly beat something like that? Well, you use the edge of the map. People also called that back in the day castles or something, right? Like, that's how it was difficult for some people like the Huns to take over a lot of heavily fortified areas, because there was an edge to the map. There was castles, walls, so that you can't utilize your horses and flank people as easily. So I don't think it's unrealistic to use the edge of the map. I think it's on the enemy to figure out how to deal with that, and the way you deal with that, if you're the enemy versus dwarves and they're trying to do this to you, is you actually field artillery, you field ranged units, and you try to take them on artillery-wise. You can't just spam your normal, I'm going to assassinate the lord, and I'm going to flank with cavalry against this strategy, or it's not going to work. So there definitely is counterplay to it if you get enough artillery to take them down, or if you could just get some really strong, like just a strong mix of units. Like, I could imagine if someone got like 5 greatsword units and a steam tank or something like that, and maybe something that could far away snipe, like a light wizard or something like that. I think 2 steam tanks would destroy this strategy, because I just don't, I don't know. I mean, the Empire has really good artillery also. There's ways to beat it. You just have to field a lot of artillery, and that's it. You have to get missile superiority over the dwarves, and then you'll beat them. But a lot of people just don't do it. They skimp on the artillery. So that's where we're at. So this is my sort of counter answer to a lot of the just character sniping that's going on, and just flanking with cavalry and stuff like that. So let me know what you think. Hope you enjoyed it. Check out, I have a lot of other content on this page as well. We have 4 legendary campaigns going right now, everything except for Chaos. I'm going to do Beastmen as soon as they're released. I will do Chaos eventually. It just takes up too much time to do more than 4 campaigns all at once. So that's just why I'm not doing Chaos yet. It's not that I don't like Chaos. It's just that, I don't know. I just started doing the other ones first. Well, what can I say? So we will do the Chaos eventually. But for now, it's just those 4. And then we also do League of Legends, and we have educational content on here as well. So thank you very much. Hope you enjoyed this episode. Watch a few more battles. If you like these and you like my channel, please consider liking, subscribing. I'm still a pretty new channel. As of this recording, I only have 45 subscribers. So we're growing steadily, but we always welcome more people just to join in the comments and just try to become better critical and strategic thinkers. So let me know what you guys think, guys and gals, and hope to see you next episode. Have a wonderful evening.